When ancient man looked up into the heavens, he saw circles. Researching deeper, he found himself surrounded by them, and in fact, living on one. Mathematicians were fascinated by them, engineers dependent on them. Circles, though mathematically imperfect, surround us in nature. To some extent, man has succeeded at emulating nature. What am I? Learn what they know. Just a child, I learned by watching you. I need you. What he doesn't know is that in the same way that we once misperceived that which we live on as being a plane, a flat earth, another more fundamental revolution needs to occur in us where we start seeing that all that exists in nature, in our universe, and beyond it is, as strange as this sounds, a circle, and that in the form of the circle hides the secret of reality. What if all strife, war, boredom, conflict, pain, suffering was all a result of our failure to be in this form called a circle? And being in that form is the very definition of balance. What if all that we're seeing around us are just results, like in a body that's become sick and starts manifesting all kinds of symptoms, all because of some tiny internal rupture that could have been easily fixed? Imagine that our original healthy form was actually a circle that is now shattered. And so shattered that it sounds very bizarre, as strange to say that we should be circular as it would to somebody who was a flat earth believer 1,000 years ago, and you tell them that what they live on is actually a sphere. What if all the forces that are needed to stabilize around us just manifest around us? The perfect, sublime, beautiful reality, the Garden of Eden here on earth. What if they all exist between us and they're just waiting their correct combination and calibration? And the world doesn't need any further generations, a long process of pain, or even of mending. Because all that stands between us and perfection is the balancing of the invisible forces that stand between us into the form of a circle. There have been some indicators of this destiny of ours. Circles stand at the heart of ancient cultures. Many modern studies indicate the need for a more circular feel among teams, families, society. But until today, no one's really synthesized a method for really making it work, because a person consists of many desires. And a person doesn't just consist of one desire that might drive him to be entrepreneurially successful, have a great family, a budding romance, or even achieve spiritual attainment, eternal life. Because no matter how strong these desires are, a person consists of a counterforce as well, the ego.
It's a trap. Oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. You don't know that you trapped in.
Could it be that it doesn't want us to succeed? Could it really be that there's a force inside of me that doesn't want me to achieve my dreams, even if it's the dream of eternal spiritual life while I'm still living in this world? Well, Kabbalists who have attained that spiritual world tell us that yes, each person consists of this counterforce, the ego. Its nature, actually to resist specifically being put into the form of a circle. Anything but that, because the circle is opposite to the ego's nature. So it will do its job to resist my every attempt at being in a circle, whether by infusing me with resistance, boredom, gravitating me towards other things, causing me to find fault, whatever it takes. But this ego is actually the centerpiece of creation. It's not going anywhere. It has a special role. On the one hand, it's an alien, this parasite that exists within me, that is not me, and its job is to resist the circle, that place where all of the forces, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, hot, cold, all opposites can merge together, remain unique, retaining their unique special qualities, and yet be brought into a perfect balance in which the perfect upper world is revealed. What for? Because what we become as we're overcoming this counterforce, this helping force, is the actual creation that was talked about when Kabbalists write that the Creator created creation in order to do good to it. We become that creation. But we're not that creation yet. We're shattered parts of it. That's why, except for us, all of nature, from ecosystems to the constellation of planets, all work together in wondrous harmony, as if whispering to us that the circle is our destiny too. Now, we know how to emulate the circle in other kinds of matter, but what would it mean to copy this template onto our matter, the matter of our desire? In the study of the 10 Sephirot, Kabbalist Baal HaSulam gives this definition of a circle. When there are no discriminations of above and below among the 4 phases of the will to receive, it is considered as a circle. This means that towards others, we need to try to be like that Euclidean or Kabbalistic definition of a circle, where we stand at the center and everyone around us is as if equal. We're all equal parts of one system, like one man with one heart. Middle, something that connects and determines between 2 far ends. From this, you can understand the meaning of the names middle line and middle pillar that consist of 3 Sefirot, Dat, Tiferet, and Yesod. This means that between me and the other parts of reality, the closest of which are human beings, there's a great difference, a great gap, really an infinite gap, and a complete distinction that makes each of us very unique and totally incompatible. I need to notice how unique I am compared to them, how different we are, and yet connect. Not erase my opinion and take their opinion instead of mine, but note the gap between us, rise above it, and connect above these differences. By this, we reach what Kabbalists call the center of the circle, the middle point. This is the name of Phase 4 in Ein Sof. She's named after her unification with the light of Ein Sof. This means that if we attain that state called one man with one heart, towards those around us, we reach this state called the center of the circle, where we don't just open up a well of infinite wisdom. We don't just see the problems of the world dissipating before our eyes. We discover nothing less than the Creator. We feel Him because we are now like Him, and we become that creation that Kabbalists talked about when they said that the Creator created creation in His image. Now, and only now, that becomes the case. And then and there, at the center of the circle, begins this beautiful journey with us and the Creator together. And this is the secret of the circle, that we have to implement its sublime properties upon ourselves. And the wisdom of Kabbalah provides the method of the group in which this is possible.